Hi, welcome to George Reads, and I'm George. And today I'm going to talk to you about a series that I read in August of last year. It's not the normal series I like to read, and it was really odd compared to the ones I've read before, and so I wanted to talk about it. Let's get into it. The series I'm talking about is the Tyrelle series, the Switched novel, the Torn, and Ascend. Now, the first book is about, and I cannot remember what they're called, and I don't really want to search the book, so it's either giants or trolls. It turns out our main girl here gets switched at birth with a human family, a rich human family, and throughout her life she goes through some changes where they're mad at like her new rich family's like upset and think she's different and she's oddly aggressive and she's got cool strength and some other stuff like that. And it turns out she finds out later in life, like way later, like 17 or 18 I think, that she is a troll or a giant, I forgot. And was switched at birth. And so this guy named Finn, who is also one, comes and tells her that she needs to come back to where she's originally from. And that's kind of the main plot point of the first book. I mean, it explains the whole how that all works. There's this like royalty system. There's this like why they switch out like their babies with human babies and how that works out. What the humans are doing, like the human babies, what they do with them. That it goes into what all that's about. I'm not going to spoil too much about that because I think you should read it. Yeah, that's pretty much what this book is about. There's not a whole lot going on. There's a little bit of romance between her and Finn, starting off in this book. A little bit of romance. Nothing progresses too far. This book is a real good like introduction. That's pretty much it. It does introduce some other good characters I won't get into. One, I guess, important one is her brother is a human. Her human brother plays a big part in the series, so let's get into book 2. Book 2 is Torn. Now, I don't like Torn. I like book 1 and book 3. I'm not a huge fan of book 2. So book 2, I remember this one better than any of the other ones. Book 2 introduces a love triangle, okay, between her, Finn, and Loki. I like Loki. I don't like Finn. I also hate love triangles. I truly despise love triangles. Anyway, there's a love triangle going on, as I said. There's the royal system, like because I totally should have said this in book 1. Wow. She, main girl, is the daughter of the queen of the giants / trolls. So she's a princess, and that comes with the whole other bunch of stuff that has to go on. Anyway, you learn more about that, what she has to do, and there's this marriage arranged. This guy that she's supposed to marry is not even in the love triangle. Not even in the love triangle. He's not even important. And there's a useless marriage. Useless marriage. This isn't a spoiler either, because it also says it in the back of this book. She gets married. It's the most pointless marriage ever. Oh my god, I hate it. This book, Now, kind of like the other book, this one's not got a lot going on. The third book's got the most going on, and it is my favorite. This book is my least favorite, even though it introduces my favorite character, Loki. It feels more like a bridge between book 1 and book 3. She like tries to fight it and she goes home and then they come back and get her. And then this book has everything that I don't like about Twilight in it. If you've read Twilight, maybe you can pick up on some of those things. Now, getting to book 3. Ascend. Ascend is my favorite. Ascend, you learn her father. That might be in the end of book 2, but it's explored here. You learn her father. I'm not going to get into that. Dad's evil. You also learn more about Loki. The love triangle becomes less of a triangle, more of a 90-degree angle. This book also kind of takes all the cheesy crap out of these books and kind of throws it away, and you kind of get more authenticity out of the characters. There's no cheesy stuff going on. There's no weird lines that don't make sense that are just there to be there. This one's kind of more straight to the point, and I like it. This book sees that pointless marriage gets handled. The royal system's better explained. You get a resolution with her and with the one that she chooses. And then the one that she doesn't choose also has an ending. So like it's not terrible. Everyone gets a good ending. It's a pretty good ending. The female main character, I'm going to say it in this book because I think you can't have an opinion until you read this book because this has the most character development for me. The female main character had real emotions. Now, a lot of female main characters have the emotions of a male author. They do not have like authentic what your emotions should be in a scenario like this. In other books, she doesn't have those. I won't lie. She kind of avoids that. But this book, she's got real concerns, real emotions, and she's the most relatable. So I really do appreciate that about this book. Now the ending to this book, as I said, there's a resolution between all relationships. There's not really a lot of plot holes. Everything really gets explained. There's nothing wrong with the series. Like, there's nothing inherently wrong, but it's not my favorite. Pause. Start over. As I said in the beginning of this video, I don't know if these books are remotely popular, like, at all. I could be the fourth person to read these books for all I know. Okay. They look decently popular. Like, they don't have terrible covers, and they're published by a normal publisher. But I don't know. They could also be old. I like these books. They aren't my favorite. It's kind of a typical young adult series. There's a lot of love triangles in young adult, I've noticed, and I can't stand love triangles. So maybe that's why I didn't vibe with young adult as a young adult. It's a fun read. It's a fun read. If you read a lot of fantasy, like I do, or a lot of sci-fi, sometimes it can get heavy with, deaths and complicated magic systems and way more complicated, like, royal systems and government stuff. So, reading this is a nice break. It's a real nice break. It's very simple. Like, this is happening. A little bit more complex, but after you read these two, it's on the same level. So it's all an easy breezy, fun time to read. It's also super conversational. Like, almost all of the books are just conversation. So I mean, it reads like that. I mean, I read this book in a day, this book in a day and a half, and then I think I read this book in a day as well. Altogether, a great weekend read if you just want to read the series real quick. Now, I found these books for a great deal. I'm pretty sure I got them each for like $1 each. So, I mean, that's a great deal. $3 for a book series to read over the weekend is a steal. I hope you enjoyed my book review, and I hope you'll follow along for more honest book reviews. I post a lot on Shorts about the books I'm currently reading as I finish them, or books like this where I've finished them in the past. But I am going to start trying to post more long form like this that's maybe 5 or 6 minutes long, and explaining more in-depth point of view of these books. And I hope you enjoyed. So have a great day.